Call the meeting in order with the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Did you have a chance to read the minutes from the last meeting?
Yes, I did.
I can't make the motion.
Oh, I will make the motion. Yes, I will make the motion, yeah.
I'll second the motion to approve the minutes as written. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, 2-0. Well, there's not a whole lot on. Might as well let-
Holiday schedule.
Ed, if you want to go first. You want to, the only other thing we got to discuss is the holiday schedule. So, I mean, if you got to.
He's got some.
Oh,
I got
Mr.
some.
Matthews
Yeah.
has got some
Yeah,
stuff.
he's got some stuff too.
Oh, you want me to go first?
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's
I'm
probably
gonna
going to
be
be
here
here
the
most
whole
of the
time,
time.
so-
I just thought if you had
You
someplace
can
you needed
go
to
ahead. I'm
No, we're
I'm
just-
here for the
You're
duration.
his interview, trying to get that first time.
Ed's just getting the workout in.
What is we just turned over a request for some of that opioid relief money for our Celebrate Recovery.
And you've got it, right? The request.
I have some extra copies if anybody wants to read it.
No, but if you want to tell me what it is.
What it is, we're,
Okay.
we start Celebrate Recovery, it's open to the public, it's in our church, it's for recoveries for anybody that's going through addiction or other, it's called, hurts, hang-ups, and habits. So we've had people there with different types of addictions, suicidal, a lot of people, and that's what we cater to. And, it's a program set up through, the Beatitudes is our, it is faith-based, but it's open to anybody that wants to come through. And, it's to provide teaching materials, Celebrate Recovery Bibles, and different things to hold the meetings. We started in 2019. We average 25 to 40, but that's not saying, about 6 times a year we have special speakers where our own church only has 87 chairs in this building. So actually, we average more on Friday nights than do Sunday morning. So, and that says something with people who want to get their life straightened out. And this also too is for some money to help offset the cost for a big event we're having for the public to come in so that they know everybody has somebody that's maybe struggling with some type of addiction. So this is there for the different recovery resources coming in, churches, and so people can know where to go to if they have a loved one or friend struggling.
And so with Celebrate Hope is what he's referring to. We had done it 5 times, twice we've done it downtown Liberty. Reasons we didn't do it downtown Liberty before was because of COVID. We had to do it on Church Park, and we done it one time at inside in December at the fairground building. And so what that looks like is just a day of getting the community to connect with the people in recovery, and it's an outreach, and we celebrate Jesus, obviously, and the people set up with resources there, give away, that way people can get connected to the things that they need. And we've covered that through local business sponsorship, through individual sponsorship, and the church covering the other costs. So that's what we're looking at, helping offset that.
Yeah, I think reading what you're asking for, every bit of that could come from restricted. I mean, it's all recovery based, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what it's for.
Tyler and his group can decide whether they want to vote for him, but I think it's.
I think it qualifies, sounds like it.
You want to recommend this to the
I
council?
think we should recommend it, absolutely.
All right, I'll second that. Got a recommendation to send this request on to council, and they can determine where the funds can be drawn from, not drawn from. Do you need this back? Well, you can find
No,
it out.
that's size for the
All right, we'll keep up the good work, guys.
Good job.
Holidays, you got it, right? We already signed it. Are you just doing it? Is it just
No, I think you have to make a motion.
the government?
It's
Is it the federal,
state.
state? Did you already give it back to you? Okay.
I'll make a motion. I don't need to work.
That the Union County will observe the holidays set forth by the state of Indiana.
Exactly what I said.
Same reason.
I'll second that motion. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, 2-0. And that's it, other than Mr. Matthews over there in the corner.
Yeah, Al made the talk.
I do got,
Oh,
just
oh.
so you know, I do got something.
Okay.
This time.
Okay, so I've been contacted by someone to come speak with you guys, and the topic is ambulance service and going to the incorrect addresses.
Oh.
You've asked me about this before.
Yeah.
We've talked about
That's
this
been a
many
while
times,
back.
but I told them that I would come and speak on their behalf, so I tried to be a man of my word. Here I am.
So,
So let
I was
me-
gonna say,
let me-
you're gonna go
let me
over
just tell you.
everything
So-
that you've already
So
told
this
me.
particular instance, the ambulance was called, and I think the local one that we have here that's housed in the medical facility right now, north of town, was already out. So they dispatched out of
Probably
Reed
Fayette County.
somewhere.
Right.
Not Fayette, I don't think it was Fayette County, but I don't know that. I don't know where it come from.
Right.
But apparently they took a while to get wherever they were going. I do not know any of the particulars on this one. It happens.
Uh-huh.
So I want to explain this so that it's on record, and then I want to give some, what I think I, out of my office, can do to perhaps help a little.
Okay.
So, in the mapping world, whether you're in a semi or an ambulance or just you're driving on vacation and you poke in your address in your maps,
Right.
well, it depends on what mapping program you're using. The common ones are Google Maps,
Mhm.
iMaps for people who have iPhones,
Okay.
or some third-party app program. They are not all created equal. For example, if you get out your phone and you put the Bratton's address in, Google Maps will take you on Salem Road, clear over there by Doc Hayes' old house.
Okay.
Same thing with Mark Rosenberg. So if somebody's in a semi or somebody's delivering, they're not gonna know, they're gonna go to an empty field. I can't fix that, okay? The way our count, I'm in charge of the county, I do all the addressing. And our system is based on a company called WTH.
Yes.
They're out of Batesville, great company, we have a great rep, he's Johnny on the spot, helps me anytime I have a problem. And so if you build a new house in that open field, I can go into that program, and I'm the only one in the county that has authorization to actually make changes to that.
Okay.
Roads and addresses are solely mine.
Okay.
I am the only responsible person.
Okay.
So I go to that, and there's a production tool that I can bring up, and I've been trained in it and how to use it. I put where the house is, I put on the road where the driveway is, because the driveway is the most important part, getting a bus to you. And it calculates based on base roads, what that address is, and it compares it to the ones around it. I save that address. At that point in time, the only address that has that correct is my computer in my office.
Okay.
I hit the synchronization button. I save it and hit synchronization. That sends that information to the mainframe computer, which is in Indianapolis.
Okay.
It takes 1 day, 24 hours, for that to get propagated out to the map that you guys would see on our county website. If you go to our county website
GIS.
and you go to the GIS, that's a public map, that new address will show there.
Okay.
It will not show on Google Maps or the other. They do their own thing. They calculate that thing independent of us. They're not part of us.
Right.
They don't take information from us. They think they know it all. So they calculate stuff based on road segments, which ends up giving us this weird stuff. And they're not the only ones.
Right.
I mean, this problem is all over the place, and it's for different places. And remember the NSK, and everybody was taking the wrong way? Yeah, that's why. So, in the ambulance world, when Spirit was our provider, I got with them and we shared licenses for that program on their laptops that they had in their units. It was a view only, they couldn't edit anything. Here's the advantage to that. So let's walk through a scenario. So you're at somebody's house and down you go. When they call 911, that very same program they have in their system.
Right.
They have a screen dedicated to that. When you call 911, that pops up on Jenny's screen
Right.
with a big light going, here I am.
Yeah.
They dispatch that. Okay, so now it goes to the ambulance itself. If the ambulance is heading out the door and they're using iMaps or Google and it's not right, they're going to what's on this map, on their map,
Right.
which means they ain't coming to you.
Right.
Okay, they're going somewhere else and then they'll call the dispatch office and and the dispatch is very good about it. They know and they work them around to get them to the right place, but there's a delay
Right.
of some kind. So when Spirit was doing it, they dispatch them, they punch that address in their system and pop them up, they go right to it.
Right.
So what I'm offering is, and I've already checked with our WTH people, we have some viewer licenses left. I don't know how Reed operates though, so I don't know how they dispatch their people or any of that stuff.
Right.
But if they had the ability to have that view only, I assume they have a laptop in their
Right, they
unit
do.
when they go.
Right.
If they had a view only, they could pull it up, type that in, and it would take them right where they need to go. And then if there's ever a problem, I'm in,
Right.
and I can fix it. I can't fix this Google thing.
So do you have a contact at Reed?
I do not.
Do you want one?
I will take one after this meeting.
Okay.
But
I got one.
here's the real problem. Here's the problem I see with it. We don't know how many ambulances we're talking about
Right.
here.
You're at least talking two. My guess is three, and the potential
Oh, it's
for
only
more.
3?
Well, so you got 25 that stays here local, but then like you said, when
So
that
25 needs that on their
Yeah.
system. If they'll even allow us to do it, Reed gets kind of
Right.
weird about that stuff.
And then the way it works is, once they're busy, the dispatcher lets Reed know and they determine which one's closer. Is the Wayne County one closer to getting Union County, is the Fayette County, and then it's
Do
like-
each of those have one that's, here's my.
Yeah, then you do, there's
Do-
at least
does-
two more, right? So
Okay,
that's
so
our
does
figure
it- are
three.
those dedicated only to us, or are they using them for other things?
No, they're Fayette County, they're Wayne County, those are the backup for us.
Are they only for us, though, is what I'm saying? How many?
Oh, no.
How many units does Reed have?
I don't know the answer to that question, it's a lot.
Okay, and that's where I'm going,
Right.
because if the one that we think is dedicated to us is
Right.
in Dublin, they're
Right.
gonna send one of their other ones.
Right, and then.
So in fact, we would really need to put this in every ambulance they
Right,
have.
which would be, and I don't know, maybe they'd let us, I don't know how much room they got, and software
I mean,
and all that stuff, and will it interfere
I
with
told them
other
I'd
stuff?
come,
Okay.
I'm here, that will solve the problem.
And what, I don't know if I've ever asked you this, Zach, when we were talking about, what percentage are we talking about of electricity in Union County? In all likelihood, it's like off.
I have no idea.
Oh, really? I figured you'd like,
No, the only
I
thing.
figured it's a single digit, you know,
No,
a few
the
percentage.
only thing that we have, I know about those because people have called me about them.
Right.
And I explain to them that I can't fix that.
Right.
I usually bring them into my office, show them how our system works. Our system works
Right,
because it's based on ours.
Yeah.
But if,
yeah. Oh, I know. I've actually done it on vacations and.
here's my phone, call Google.
Yeah. Think I'll
You
be good.
can't do it.
Yeah.
I mean,
But I was talking to you about this too, that you'd be bringing this up. The lady talked to me, said, and it is bad, they had to get to her house, they were lost.
yeah.
And they had to get somebody from the fire department to ride with them. Now, somebody could die pretty quick.
I'm
Yeah,
completely in
Yeah,
agreement
yeah.
with this
I
whole
mean,
thing.
they
I
didn't, they
can't fix
just
it.
didn't know, yeah, they didn't know how to get to that house. And she said there's other people live out there too, that would be the same thing. It could be a child choke on something.
Not all,
No, no,
not
right.
all of them. Some
Right.
people on that road segment are correct.
Yeah, right.
It's just the way their system works. It's not our system, so I can't fix that.
So
My fix is doing what I just explained.
Yeah.
If I put that program in their, on their laptop, in their unit, and they use our program and put the address in, they will go to the right place.
Right.
So my question on that is, in the ones that were in Spirit, is there a directional driving mechanism attached to that, or is it just the correct address and they have to figure, or they have to know, or they have to figure out how to get to that correct address?
Yeah, it's not a turn by turn.
Okay,
So
so.
not turn by turn.
Right, so I guess my take on that is that, yes, that'd be extremely helpful to know the correct physical place. The unit that is stationed here most of the time, I hope, would be able to know or recognize like how to get where based on that information. These other units, I see them maybe, what I see actually happening is that they would just use Google anyway, because that's gonna tell them directions, instead of like trying to figure out whatever county roads connect to what and plan, and if they're not familiar with the area already, like if they're being called in from somewhere else. So, it's just a,
Yeah, it
Just a
does,
point, I guess.
it does help to have your good old voice on the fire department, because I mean, sometimes we get called, I mean.
I'll be honest,
corner
I'll be
guys,
honest with
we
you, I
just like-
thought I knew everywhere in Union County until I took this job.
Yeah.
And actually drove all the roads. There's places in Union County I ain't never been to, didn't even know existed.
Same with me. I've been getting ready to get into the truck, and Bertie asked me, do you know where you're going? I said, I haven't
And
got a clue.
what he's saying is true, they could use it, I can't fix that.
A guy just called me, want me to go check out a road, I have no idea where it's at. He's gonna come get me, because I couldn't find it. He's gonna come get me, we're gonna look at it.
It happens.
Because I.
This is the only, what I'm offering is the only thing I can do
Right.
to help. I can't do anything
Right.
else.
Well, you can't get a hold of Google.
You can't get them changed, and Apple don't care who we are either.
That's
There's
what
nobody to talk to, they're not gonna change their algorithm because Union County wants them to.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
that was my thing.
I'll get you a number of a guy. I'll call him first to make sure I'm right that he's the guy.
Okay. I'm good with that.
Then I'll get a hold of you.
And thanks for what you're willing to do, because it's probably gonna be a little work, ain't it?
That's good.
Nothing new, it's okay.
Yeah, okay.
David, did you say you had something?
I was hoping Howard would be here today, but,
Yeah, I don't know where he is.
He went to a wedding.
Oh, okay.
so today I'm wearing the hat of a Indiana conservation officer whose home county is Union County, who spends most of my shift normally in Union County, not always, but more often than not.
Right.
So I'm not speaking as like an executive or, upper management or anything, just the guy in the patrol truck driving around. I meant to bring it up a while ago, but I've not been able to make a meeting. I've been watching them. But some time ago, a couple months, in our post meeting, for a conservation post meeting down in Versailles, we had a representative from our central dispatch come in and talk to us. And they're based out of Bloomington. How they're set up is that they have some on shift that do the north half of the state, and they have some on shift that do the bottom half of the state. When I say some, I mean like 2 or 3. So their IDAX coordinator came up, and was explaining how, okay, based on rules and regulations, local entities, don't have the authority or shouldn't run 27 and 28s, like driver's license checks, driver's plate checks, for another agency, unless there's an emergency or unless there's a agreement, like a memorandum of understanding.
Right.
So they said, most of what we do and most of what I do, most of the time is I run through our dispatch, or I run through if I'm running traffic in the park, I'll set up my computer and I'll be able to do that. So most of the time I don't need anything else. They did say that a lot of counties have started this memorandum so that when the central dispatch is busy, or if there's local issues, that they can run things locally.
Right.
So I took that information and I gave her, because they said they needed like the county IDAS coordinator information, so I gave them Jane's information, and they started that process. So my reasoning for that is that, like I said, most of the time I do stuff on my own. But there are times where it makes sense that the county knows who I'm encountering, because if I run it through my system, they don't hear it, there's no communication, there's no nothing.
Right.
So times when I'm responding, helping with the county call, or if there's something locally that, hey, maybe this person has a warrant, or maybe a local officer knows something about this person,
Right.
and they can communicate that to me. That's why I would do it. So our AAA, like we can't do criminal, we can't do like big stuff. This is just the 27th and the 28th that I
Right.
mentioned.
Which is, one's the vehicle registration, and one's the driver, correct?
Driver's license.
Just make sure
Yeah.
everybody else knows what 27, 28s are.
Okay. So I started that process, and our coordinator contacted Jenny, and I got a response back from our coordinator saying, well, this has never really happened again, or this hasn't happened before, but Jenny just flat out said, no, we're not gonna do that. You got your own dispatch, you don't need to run stuff through us.
Right.
Which, whatever's going on politically, I don't care. I'm like I said, I'm talking at the field office level. So, surprised by that, but I sent a message to Jenny saying, hey, and I explained basically what I explained to you, like, I don't need this all the time, we're not overwhelming you, like, this is just in situations where, this would be helpful for you guys and me. No response, like, she just flat out ignored it. So, as an example, there was an incident this summer when one of the newer guys was on, I think he was out in West College Corner on something, and Heritage Hills, down the street, big fight broke out, knives, blood, brawl, whatever. I'm first on the scene, I'm probably the only one there for a good 15, 20 minutes. It's fine, but so I'm dealing with this, but that would be a situation where it'd probably be helpful if I could
Right. You're
run
running-
this stuff whoever
You're
through
running a 28.
Josh or whoever knows,
Then they would
oh,
hear it.
who these people are, what's going on,
Right.
examples like that. On a separate note, but I guess kind of sort of related, so that issue, there have been times where it hasn't happened to me personally, I know it's happened to Static, the other Union County officer, or other things. There have been times when something will happen on DNR property, and we either won't be notified at all, or they will notify us like a day or two after the fact. Like there's someone is trespassing or something on ginseng, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And if we don't get information, or we don't get it 2 days later, then there's
You don't get
not
time.
nearly as much as we can do.
Right.
So, I'm not necessarily addressing that, I'll let my lieutenant do that if he wants. And I don't know if this is like a David Taylor thing, and they just don't like David Taylor, which might, I don't know, okay.
Yeah.
But I've been through a lot of dispatches, I've never felt like the type of like either like ambivalence or just animosity that this particular dispatch has, and I don't know why. So, I mean, A, you should be aware of it. B, she, from what I hear, she makes it fairly clear that that's her kingdom and she's in charge and just what she says goes. Okay. I just want you to be aware that there's like legitimate officer safety issues that are now arising.
Do you know that method of understanding? Have we already had that? Like, I mean, that's been around for a while, hasn't it?
There's, no, the only, I want to say the only, I know Fayette County had an active one.
Okay.
I know we did it because they sent us a list of all the active, actual agreements, legal agreements, and Union
Right.
County wasn't there, which is.
Well, and that's
part
what I
of
was
the
gonna
process.
ask you, is, like, if you could have your guy, like, either email it to me or Dennis. I was thinking about emailing it to my brother, make sure, like, I agree with you that information's a good thing.
Mhm.
You know, I'm not too happy that I can't hear what's going on with the 1-800s now on that frequency, and trying to work through that. And you're going to a fire call and you hear that the officers went 1023 and it's like, I'm not getting anything. You know, I mean, it's because they're talking on another frequency. And I agree with you that, like, you might run a 1027 and people would know that guy's got a warrant out for him. You know, if we knew you were running,
Yeah.
but that person in Bloomington's not gonna know that guy's got a warrant.
Right, I mean, if it's in the NCIC system, it'll show
It
up, but there
would.
may be like either a local warrant or just a local issue, like
Right.
if it's a local person that,
Right.
you know, Franklin would know about, but I wouldn't.
Well, if you're bringing up a bar fight in College Corner, you think you ought to be connected with the county. You know, yeah.
Yeah, and there's something where
Have you ever spoke to the sheriff yourself about
I have spoken to the sheriff.
what he's saying?
He said that.
You talked to him.
He said the director, he said that she doesn't work for him, is what he told me.
Yeah,
She says she doesn't work for the sheriff.
yeah, which is a true statement.
I thought
I'll say that.
Say so.
All right, well, hey.
But I'll get you after exchange, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, because I thought the way it was sounding is it was something that we'd already had, and then just something had just switched. You know, like we just stopped doing it for some reason. Like we've had mutual aid agreements, I'll say, with surrounding counties for like 99 some odd years. I've never seen the document. People just say it's out there.
Mhm.
You know, Fayette County calls, we go. But yeah, but you don't know that we've ever had one, or it says we don't.
We don't have I do know we don't have a current one.
Okay.
I don't know if there's expiration dates on these things, I don't know.
Because I know that's gonna be the next question that Jim's gonna have, it's like, do we have one? Did we ever have
And
one?
what's this agreement called?
Be
It's like an IDAX memorandum of understanding agreement.
And that's IDAX's,
It'd probably be DNR.
what is it?
IDACS. I can't tell you the name of that.
That's all right, I just
Basically,
know that.
But I figured, as long as Park's been there, as long as conservation officer's been around here, there's had to have been something, you know, but it could be just, we've always done it, you know, like Andy Griffith, and that's
Yeah.
the way we're doing it.
I know that was common, definitely in Franklin County, like that was just, there wasn't an official agreement, but they just ran it all the time.
Yes, just say, this is what we've always done.
Because there's not to get too technical, but like anytime, there's something called ORI, which is like the identifying feature of an agency or an officer. So when they have someone run something, they put that ORI in it. So we don't have an ORI, so in your system,
Right,
so that if you did run it, they would just like put a random ORI or something else, which isn't technically correct. But this agreement allows that dispatch to insert our official ORI into that system.
okay. Yeah, okay. All right, well, thank you, sir.
I'm bad at names. What's your name?
David.
I know you
Taylor.
covered David Taylor.
Yeah.
I should better remember that.
So this agreement would be.
But hey, I really want to talk to this shit.
Probably, my guess is without seeing it, it's gonna be an
I see 'em all
agreement
the time.
between the state
Yeah,
of Indiana
Here's the first.
It can't hurt, I know he ain't the boss of it.
But here's the first person I went to.
and the
Oh, okay.
Constitution
Okay.
stuff. If I had to guess, it's gonna be something like that that's out there. Yeah, and then we can discuss it next meeting. You got anything?
No,
Tyler? Jeff, you've done your piece? I don't have anything else. You wanna make a motion to adjourn, pay the bills?
this lady have anything you think? Okay. What about you? Hey, I'll make a motion, we would join this meeting
And
Maybe bills.
and pay bills. And we got to pay the bill.
I'll second. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.